Am I the asshole for telling my neighbors to get a hotel if they want to do stuff every night? I, 43 male, have 6 children, 4 daughters and 2 sons, age ranging from 16 to 2. All my daughters share a room and my sons share a room. I'm aware that's a bit intense, but they're both quite big rooms. And they all enjoy sharing a room. Our house is connected to the next door and the neighbor's bedroom is on the same wall as both my kids' rooms. Our new neighbors moved in about 4 months ago, and not to be TMI, but I swear they're always doing something. I'm not one to be confrontational, so I tried to just ignore it. I can sleep through the night fine. But a few days ago my daughter female 5 came into my room at 2 a.m. crying, saying she thinks the neighbors are fighting each other and that they were screaming. Of course Elle was concerned and told my daughter to stay in my room. I went into hers and lo and behold they were screaming. But not from fighting. At this point I was irritated. If they want to do it every day, that's their choice, but if they're waking my children up at 2 a.m. I think I have the right to say something. The next day I went over to their house and basically told the husband that if he's that H0RNY he can get a motel or shush G in the basement. He got mad and embarrassed. He told me it was none of my business what they did in bed and then slammed the door in my face. I feel like I may have been in the wrong, but they're also doing it 6 feet away from 6 sleeping children with only a thin wall in between. Am I the $$ hole? Edit as I explained it wrong. A lot of you are saying AITA for the way I handled it. And from the way I wrote it I completely understand that. I didn't put in enough context. I share custody of my children and only have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays as their mother and stepfather are in work those days. I want to make it clear that I had mentioned this to them many times over text. I'd told them that they can do what they want, but that on those 2 days I'd appreciate some quiet, or for them to put on a TV show loud in the background so my kids wouldn't hear them specifically. They didn't respect those wishes and actually started doing it a lot louder on those days, and also put on very loud YK what videos on as well. When I went to their house, that was months into the situation, and I had snapped. I have apologized to them for snapping, but I still feel as if they aren't respecting me or my children at all. There's normally noise laws, and it seems like the neighbors are getting louder on purpose. Just like if you have a super loud party past a certain time. You can't blare noises and purposely scream to wake your neighbor's kids. You've tried talking to them about it, and it only got worse. I would check on the noise laws to see if calling the police would help. Also, I would be pissed if my neighbor put on corn and cracked it for my young child to hear. That's not appropriate or right in any way. The way you went about it wasn't the smoothest. Yeah, probably should have had a script or something. But no, they paid for the house. They can be loud. It's just sex. Just no. Dudes. The first few times I had sex, yeah, it was loud. But then, hey, I live in an apartment with others who can hear. So guess what? We matured and lowered our voices out of common courtesy for our neighbors. It's not stifling sex or being prudish. Literally. You can have an amazing love life without breaking out a megaphone and yelling I am currently being railed. World. Edit Yay. Award. Not the asshole. Likely an unpopular opinion here. But part of living anywhere with shared walls is not being disruptive to the point of being an annoying neighbor every single day. Apartment, townhome, etc. For what it's worth, I would feel the same way if you lived in a single-family home and the people in the home next door left their window open and screamed their brains out while getting down. Considerate people just don't do this. Honestly, if they are doing it louder, they want the children to hear. Call the police for noise disturbance and end it. That's disgusting in my eyes to get louder once you tell them it's waking your children. If it's so loud kids are crying, just call the police for a domestic noise complaint. Not the asshole. They're having sex in their own house, but their sound waves are entering your property. They are affecting you. At minimum esh. This is peak Reddit. I'm starting to hate how individualistic this sub has become. Shame. Not the asshole because of your edit. I was in your shoes once and thankfully my neighbor was embarrassed enough to keep the noise down. After, they purposely got louder knowing full well there are kids on the other side of the wall. They are jerks. I am all for having a great sex life, but when you originally asked, they should at least not have ramped it up to be disruptive on purpose. This is why semis, townhouses, apartments suck. Every morning 7:01 a.m. you get a hammer drill and not the asshole. Anyone can do whatever they want in their room as long as it doesn't get out of the room. It's not appropriate to shag loudly next to children. Period. You're the asshole. They got a room. And they pay for it. Just like you do. They fill their house with noisy sex. And you filled yours with the result of noisy sex. I'd have slammed the door in your face. 2. Not the asshole. They're weirdos for playing pee mad loud and being louder purposely knowing children are watching. Yeah. You're the asshole. I get it's annoying, but you don't get to dictate what consenting adults do in their own home, and you definitely don't tell them to go spend money on a motel, hotel, holiday inn instead of enjoying their own home. All these YT crack me up. Yes, these people are free to have sex in their home. No argument. What they are not allowed to do is be so loud it disturbs neighbors. Especially after 10-11 p.m. where many places have ordinances on noise. Do they rent or own? If renting, start complaining to the landlord. Start calling the police and file a noise complaint. Not the asshole. I had a neighbor like this. Every night. All night long. I couldn't sleep. It was so annoying. So I can understand OP's frustration. And I wouldn't wish this to my enemies. Not the asshole. I don't understand those people in comments who say it's their home, they can do what they want. Yeah. They can do what they want, but as long as they don't disturb others. If it's that extreme, call the police next time. Tell them they're screaming so loud your daughter came to you crying and being scared. Let them handle it. They can do whatever they want. But to wake up the neighborhood at 2 a.m. is in no way acceptable. Kinda surprised with all the "you're the asshole" answers. Sure, you handled it poorly and you're the asshole for that. But a lot of the justification is their home. Their freedom, but we're talking 2 a.m. here. I bet these "you're the asshole" comments would change if it was 2 a.m. music blasting. Noise is noise, and if you're waking your neighbors up at 2 a.m. with your noise, you're being an asshole. Not the asshole on the nights you don't have the kids. Put a speaker against their wall and just randomly blast Baby Shark at 10-15 minute intervals at weird times of the night. And if they complain, blast it louder the next night. If they ask why, just say you miss your kids and the song helps you not be sad. LMAO. Any noise past at certain time is disturbing their peace. Not the asshole.